Hello, spiritual gangsters, and welcome back to another episode of the Spiritual Gangster Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Pieraldi, and today we're diving into a topic that's both raw and real. How to turn pain into purpose. Because let's be honest, life isn't always gentle with us. Sometimes it throws us into the fire, and the only way out is to rise from the ashes. But here's the thing. That fire, that pain, doesn't just burn us, it refines us. It creates clarity. It creates strength. It creates purpose. Now, I want to start by sharing a little bit of my own journey, because I don't want you to think that I'm just sitting here telling you to sprinkle some affirmations over your wounds and call it healing. No, I've been through some very serious valleys. My marriage ended, which flipped my world upside down. I lost my mom to breast cancer on Christmas morning of all things. And then just 13 months later, I lost my nanny, my grandmother. I had to pick myself up while raising my kids. And then when my daughter was diagnosed with diabetes, I was already juggling grief, responsibility, and survival. And to top it off, I lost my job not long after. So yeah, when I talk about turning pain into purpose, I'm not speaking theory, I'm speaking from the trenches. But here's what I learned. Pain cracks us open. It strips away the illusions and the things we thought defined us. And in that breaking point, there's space for something new. Space for growth. Space for alignment. Space for purpose. The hardest moments of my life ended up being the very catalyst that pushed me into writing my books, creating this podcast, and stepping into a life I never imagined. One filled with intention, service, and strength. And maybe you're sitting there right now listening in the middle of your own storm. Maybe you faced loss, betrayal, financial struggles, health scares, or just the crushing weight of feeling like life has knocked you down one too many times. If that's you, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your pain is not pointless. It's shaping you. It's building you. And if you let it, it can guide you towards your purpose. So let's talk about how to actually do this. How do you turn your pain into purpose instead of letting it bury you? The first step is acceptance. Not the kind of acceptance that says, oh well, I guess this is my life now. No, I'm talking about radical acceptance. Looking at your reality for what it is without sugarcoating or resisting it. Because healing doesn't start with denial, it starts with truth. When you can say, this is my pain, this is my loss, and this is my story right now, you open the door for moving forward. The second step is reframing. This is where you start asking different questions. Instead of why me, you shift to, what is this teaching me? How can this shape me? What do I want to create from this? Because when we stay stuck in the why me, we hand our power over to the pain. But when we ask, what now? We reclaim it. We start to alchemize it. The third step is expression. Pain needs somewhere to go. If you keep it bottled up, it festers. It hardens you. It steals your joy. But when you give it a channel, through journaling, through creativity, through sharing your story, it transforms. For me, writing became that outlet. It gave my pain a voice, and in that voice, I found freedom. And for you, it might be the art of music, or movement, speaking, or even creating something that helps others who are walking in a similar path. And that's the fourth step, service. Purpose often emerges when we take what we've been through and we use it to lift others up. Your story, yes, even the messy parts, can be someone else's survival guide. The thing you thought might break you could end up being the very thing that gives someone else hope. That is the beauty of pain transformed. It ripples outward. It creates meaning, not just for you, but for the people your story touches. Now I want you to pause here and say this. Turning pain into purpose doesn't mean rushing your healing or pretending you're okay when you're not. This isn't about toxic positivity or slapping a smile on top of your wounds. This is about honoring your process and knowing that when you're ready, you get to decide how your story unfolds. It's about trusting that nothing you've been through is wasted. So let me ask you this. What pain in your life might actually be holding the seed to your purpose? What story have you been carrying that could light the way for someone else? Maybe it's time to start journaling about it, talking about it, or even dreaming about what you could build from it. Because your pain isn't just something you survived, it's something that you can create from. I want to leave you with this little reminder. You are stronger than you think, and your story matters. The very thing you thought would destroy you might just end up being the thing that defines your greatness. Your pain doesn't have to be the end of the story. It can be the beginning of something powerful, something purposeful, something sacred. Thank you for hanging out with me today on the Spiritual Gangster Podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who needs a reminder that their pain holds power. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. We rise together, we heal together, and we turn our struggles into strength. Until next time, stay soulful, stay strong, and keep walking your path with purpose as the spiritual gangster you are.